All right, all right, all right. Well, everybody, it's Saturday night, and welcome to AoW and Chill. I'm sure others will join later. Right now, it's just me. And Deason, welcome to the channel. So, while we wait on other personalities to join the chat, we're just going to go through GGM. I haven't done them all day, just so we could do them together. We'll figure that out as we go. Let's see, what else do we got up here? Put this in the chat. Put it in the chat here if anybody wants to join the server we got going on in Discord. There we go. So I do have the a video with the new comm that I want to go over with everybody, but I'm gonna wait for more people to come in. I know they're finishing up some stuff, so stay tuned for that. This is going to be, you're gonna want to see this because, and not just take my word for it. This is gonna be the destroyer of this commander, essentially, if built correctly. Now I can show you the replay. I can't go over what necessarily he's using in gear, but we'll go over that commander and how it's devastating to Zexroxus. But in the meantime, let's go through this. If you haven't done GGM, that is Guild General Mobilization. And I don't know why I thought it was called Global something, whatever. Global Mobile, that's what I call it. It's always beneficial to do it, especially when you get into the Galactic Campaign side, because you'll get all your speed ups from completing this. You can get a total of 60 speed ups, or 24-hour speed ups, a weekend. Now, I normally don't do this task unless there's a benefit to doing so, but because normally when there's like a 400 grab, but it's okay. Excuse me. So, if you don't spend any real gold on this, I recommend that at least the first 10 you do to get at least the gold, the yellow starred ones, because that's what's going to give you the most points starting off and give you a better chance of getting possibly a higher level item in the auction, so to speak. Ah, man. Hip hop autonomous. Damn it! You give him all the easy ones. Big Daddy. It's a good movie. It's actually kind of funny, some of the names people come up with. Let's see why we're not winning this one. Oh, that's why. I figured it out. Oh, there we go. But this is why. I need to reset this. Oh, actually, let's go back. need to do this guy first. Why, we just defeated him. They decided to make a margarita, so it's being a little more phlegmy for me. All the sugar. Boom, baby. So at this point we have done 16 wins. You get 20. And there's 20. Let's go. See, and this is why I play music in my stream. I was sitting here by myself, not having anybody to talk to right now, and then just, okay, this is ridiculous. I would not be having fun right now. Let's see what this person said. Shout out to Big Dooms. Thank you for the message. Obviously, he's has to be inside Cassiton with us in order to send me a message like that, because he's not on our server. So I appreciate it. Big Doom, shout out. Thank you. And with that being said, you're gonna watch me do it. That was the code, people. If you saw that, if you're watching it and you see it, but something you guys need to understand is that if you got any of the leaked codes from a week ago, this one's not going to work for you. It was a one and done. So that was a big confusion last week. People kept saying, oh, the code's not working, and then without wanting to admit, maybe, I don't know, that they got a code from somewhere else. But yeah, the code is one and done. Does have a limit of 500 uses before it taps out, and then the code is valid until the 31st of January. So I'll be popping the code out here now and then, just so those watching, you can try for it again. But for now, I'm kind of just holding on to the people that have been finding me in game and saying, oh, here you go, here's a little pick me up, I guess you could say. So by all means, if you do find me in game, I typically have this arc skin on. Let's see here. So I'll either use Uranus, Cosmos, or Anubis. Those are the three that I have. If you see somebody else with a Yoda name and he doesn't at least have one of these skins, it's probably not me. So, just putting that out there. He's in Fort though. Dang it. We'll go farming in a little bit too here. So, if you're watching the channel right now, leave a message in the chat. Let me know you're here. Don't be a lurker. Let's interact. Grab your favorite alcoholic beverage and join me. Well, Mr. Ron, slacking, that is a matter of personal... God, I'm drawing a blank already on what vocabulary I'm trying to use right here. In the eyes of the beholder, so to speak. Because I specifically waited to do it till I was going to be live streaming today for all of you all. Just so I had something to do just in case I didn't have anybody inside the chat speaking with me. Jarvis, why are you lurking? What did I have to do? Oh, leadership. By the way, right now there is a success rate for leadership. Don't forget to add that leadership. Some people will argue to wait till Monday. I'm impatient. And then that Ron, that's another good question here. What is 5 a.m. for you? I'm on Pacific Standard Time, so because that could have been upwards 2 a.m. for me. Hello, Black Tiger.
Yeah, you sort of sounded like you was dying there on the cast.
Well, you know, Rumi is being a, you know, thinking with his other head right now, so he'll join us, I guess, when he gets off the phone.
Yeah, I just happened to notice that you were on, so figured I'd check it out, see what was going.
And now we're just doing GGM. I'm waiting for more people to join in the chat so we can discuss the replay that I got, which should be a game changer for those that are able to build him up correctly. But I'll wait a little bit for that. This is a commander that everyone should have at this point, or if you don't, well, I'm not even sure how you can get him at the moment, but has been a game changer when it comes to battling Xroxus.
Yeah. Right now I'm just trying to get that DS built up so when next month when the Ether shop changes over, I can be ready to see if I can snag her.
That Ether shop should change over on Monday.
Yeah, which means I still need 25 more energy, which is a lot closer than I was before Christmas.
Yep, switches over on Monday.
Hopefully the New Year's deal will pop up a good chunk of it.
The lunar.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, the Lunar New Year's is on my birthday this year.
Let's see.
I will be getting Sister Wolf.
Yeah, she's on my list along with Hancock. Leave it to me to be the one person that decided to leave Yuri behind and go get Estella. And Hancock is the first thing that pops up right afterwards. And then everybody's going on, Hancock this, Hancock that. He's going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread.
And now
Which, when
he's
he started
irrelevant.
out, he was, but
No, not so relevant.
now any good monk will wipe him out.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. I wanted to show you guys something too I've been working on. It's not done yet. Let me pop this open really quick. If I haven't saved it. Oh no. So, been kind of making a collage of sorts. Still have several commanders to clean up and get the backgrounds out of them so they can be placed into this. But that's where I'm at with it right now. Hoping to get all 80 commanders in there. Well, Ron, I didn't have enough ether tokens to get her yet. So now I do, though, because that was one thing that they did, quote-unquote, listen to between Grinch and the community on Planet Dagobah. But they started adding more opportunity for ether crystals. So I'm actually kind of surprised, Black Tiger, that you haven't gotten enough yet.
Well, I think I had 35 in between the Christmas and the other deal. I got the 55, so that's pretty good chunk right there. I missed it. Our deal didn't get up to, what was it, 800,000 in group gold. If they had hit that, it'd have been like 58. But as it stands, it's only 25, so that's not bad at all. Because I figured that wouldn't happen for another couple of rotations of her coming back up before I get any. At least to even come close to getting at her. But at this rate, when I do get her, I'm going to have extra medals, so I can use her skill on somebody else if I need.
Does anybody really use her skill on their as a fourth? I I wouldn't know. I don't do that.
I think I tried using it on just to see on Blade or to see if it would give him any extra boost, but I didn't see any real improvement there. Matter of fact, I pretty much went through the gambit of everybody I could think of. Sister Wolf's quick draw is the only thing that I can't try because it's on the banned list of skills that you're not supposed to use. And frankly, I'd prefer, I'd like to just see what it actually does that they have to ban it. I'm thinking it might act like a like a secondary awakening across the front line.
So you can't put it on Blader, is what you're saying.
Yeah, if you go through the if you go to the warp gate and you open up the skills button and go up to the top and hit the questionnaire, you automatically get a list of all the comms and what they can't use. And Blader's only got one skill that can't be used, and that's quick draw. And I've noticed the last 3 or 4 comms that they put out, they haven't put any excluded skills that they're not allowed. But I'd love to see what it is that he's not allowed to do and try and match it. Because I know there's got to be something that's almost as close
The only
to
one
quick draw.
That's so sad. The only one you can't put on him is quick draw.
Yeah.
It's funny. I find it humorous.
It makes you curious as to he's not the super best commander to start out. He's the poor man's version of Vega without the break skill. So why exclude him from one single darn deal? Is it so good? It's a game changer that I don't know about?
No, I want to say it's too close to Call of the Hunt, maybe?
Yeah, because I had to...
It's like Pounce. When it comes to doing extra damage against HP. Where'd you go?
Let me see.
That's the only thing I can think of. It's too close to his normal skills.
And only thing I could have in my mind is it's sort of like having a Wings of Eternity, getting a second bite at the apple.
Dies and free to play. Well, I mean, unfortunately, yeah. Why? Okay.
Yeah, because Pounce does, let's see, damage to the enemy, which is activators 30% of current HP. And with mine, I've got 700 and some HP, so that's an additional 300. The other just for next action until activator's next turn, our troops attack, crit, and AC will increase by 60%, which is Call of the Hunt. Where is sister? Chance to trigger when attacking, deal damage to the... Okay, it deals direct damage. Lost HP. Well, I could sort of see why, if I have Virgo on mine, which if it triggers, pretty much all 6 of the opponent doesn't get a chance, all 6 rows don't get to go. And it would stack, and if it's stacking, that quick draw would have 100% direct target. Okay, I could see why maybe be almost like having a wing. If they both triggered at the right time, it'd be like having Wings of Eternity. They couldn't attack, and I get 6 shots at them all at once. That could hurt. already catch a
Yeah,
few folks.
Jarvis does make a point that pounces like Ghost Cannon and Call the Hunt is a ramp up, but they have to be too close to Quick Draw for them to say, oh, you can't have Quick Draw.
Yeah, but I know there's always one other skill somewhere in the deal that complements at least one commander that's on another commander. Obviously, that one is quick draw, but there's usually more than one. Best I can do is just borrow Vega's secondary skill, which is okay because I do catch a few folks over to 200,000, 500,000 occasionally with that stack of attack, especially when I'm sniping. But my last GC, DOA was a little mad because I wasn't playing my normal game. I wasn't sending out max attacks. I was only doing weenie marches, and it was frustrating the crap out of them. They were expecting me to throw a full T10 march at them, and it just never came.
Well, hello there, Jarvis. Welcome to the stream.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know why Quick Draw wouldn't be allowed on. That makes no sense.
Well, I noticed that they got a full list of folks. I think it's the last 5 or 6 commanders, though. They haven't done any exclusions on that list. I don't know if they just forgot or they just made them so that they didn't need an exclusion.
It's possible that they just haven't updated the actual list when you hit the question mark. Actually, I can do this really easily.
The only thing that I can think of when it comes to call is Call the Hunt. I mean, it stacks, it scales, but it really doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. Because if you run T9, 10 infantry, you can use Power Shot, which is essentially Quick Draw.
Yeah, if I had the deal to open up my skills for my deal, I'd have it open.
Power Shot is essentially Quick Draw. Just not as highest percentage of Quick Draw.
It's probably 60%.
Kind of a.
Go
ahead.
Because I haven't got talents open yet. I just got force field up. I almost forgot to put it up during the GC. I forgot I got the darn thing, and I went in the GC and complete.
I'm not gonna make it.
First 10 minutes, and then I realized, hey, I got a brand new toy to put out there. Turn that sucker on and let's see what happens. And then DOA gets on the deal and starts crying. What's with all these weenie marches? Come on, guys. Come out and fight. That's when I knew, yeah, we fought DOA before, and they know exactly how I fight. They know I sniper. That's what they was waiting for. And as soon as that guy said that, I told the guys, stick to the T1s, don't change a thing. After an hour, they got bored and they all left and just gave us a win. Because there is one, I did one replay. It's in the replay section where I had a ghillie with T1 March, and that guy had 2 slots of T12. I think it was a DS, and she triggered, ghillie triggered, and DS never got a shot off, and that third slot was totally open. And I think I had just over 5,000 in T1 and took her right out. That embarrassed the hell out of that poor guy.
See, I don't get those kind of matchups anymore. It's always like, oh look, I'm dead.
Yeah, he was sitting there. He'd been throwing bigger punches on Squirrel and on Milkman because he knew they had he was trying to bait me into sniping when I got right up to the line, and when he found out I wouldn't do it, he got frustrated. He wanted a points win instead of a cap win because he couldn't beat Squirrel.
See, I was going and doing marches like this, just trying to get points. Just so I could get some medal. I mean, but this was suicide marches, essentially. I knew that even though I would do some damage, I would be losing everything that was sent.
Well, that's the first match in a long time I didn't have to use 30 days to heal dang stuff.
Dude, that was
Which
between
was a
that
nice game.
and all of this. I had to spend like 700 million food and parts to heal.
We were in a GC battle with CV, whatever the hell they are, and they bailed on us halfway through.
Oh yeah? Were
If
you
you get
guys
the
like?
ones that hard charge or they run out of gold and can't keep it up. And I want more matches where they can't keep up gold wise with us. Because I'm a little tired of 6 wins, 6 lost GCs for seasons.
Well, right now we're scheduled potentially to face T and B this week. But that always depends on if nobody doesn't show up. So, Ron, when I'm doing Explore, it's just to get the GGM done, mostly. The only time that I specifically do a level is if I'm trying to craft like a level 3, not level 3, sorry, like Dominus 3, and I need these nervous activators. This is one of the cheaper ones to get when you're just trying to recycle gear to level up other gear. So, this is an example. That's a 2.
Yeah, we're looking at LKS potentially.
Well, the problem too is like I haven't been able to participate in Galactic campaign in the last 2-3 weeks because we're kind of divided between American and European arcs, and so they were guild leaders. They changed it up a little bit to try and give those in Europe a chance and it not be BFE in the morning for them. Well, you know, it's 50-50 where it's either 2, 3 in the morning for me or 5 a.m. where I'm just not awake yet. So I haven't been able to do it. It's been sad. And then I'm yawning. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, playing with the timing mechanism to get everybody or a large part of your deal in. And then when you start talking with the devs, they're telling you they can't exactly give you any kind of time frame. Like I asked them, what is the general time in which most Chinese players are playing during UTC time? And that basic little question like froze their mind as to what I was talking about. They couldn't fathom it. And I've had to play with the UTC minus and plus. I finally just set it on -7 and left it because it at least gets me matches from about the 8 p.m. to 11 in the morning or 10 in the morning, which gives
I'd have to say I think
a sort of fair trade.
I can't. We're UTC 5 right now. I want to say that's been switched back to what we normally run it at, which is usually around 4 or 5 p.m. for me in Pacific Standard Time when it comes to actual matchups. But it varies. Even 4 o'clock in the afternoon is hard because I still have an hour of work, so to speak.
Yeah, but I think that's one of the reasons why sometimes, like, I got F-35 just ahead of me and Sky just behind me. But sometimes they'll, like, jump 2 back or either 2 forward because whatever their UTC time is, there's only that small window where both of them overlap, and that's where they decide to, wherever that overlap is where they decide the 3 hours for a GC starts. And it's a pain to get the right ones in the right, get them where you want them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially when it gets in the finals. It is what it is. Either that the finals is the only time that like I will wake up or stay awake or walk away from work to participate in, because that's where it's like really important, you know.
Yeah, that's mainly what I do for
Oh no.
game number 11 and 12 usually, depending on the point spread. If I'm pretty sure we might be able to get under 80, those last 2, I make sure I can get as many people up and awake and active as possible. Because I want these guys to be able to win and get something out of all the hard work they've been doing.
Right. No, fuck. Just throwing gold away here, folks.
But now somebody wants a replay of my blader taking on somebody. When I went to, I think it was Popcorn or somebody that said he had a blader, and he wasn't sure what to put on him, and I showed him mine, and now he says, "Do you got any replays?" No, I haven't had any replays in a while.
How do you not have any replays?
And I mean, I was like, if you'd asked a couple of weeks ago, I might have had one or two, but not now. I had to play switch up with how I go after folks.
I haven't used Blader since he came out.
Well, I heard a lot of folks, he's no good. He's no good in certain circumstances. Yeah, he's trash, but I like eclectic commanders.
Well,
And I tend to make them work for me.
well, the problem is his first skill is only a 20% trigger rate.
Yeah,
And pretty much any commander that only has less than like 40% trigger rate on any of its skills is typically not gonna be used very often by people.
yeah, that's why I immediately put breakdown as his fourth skill in order that he gets something that would do any good.
So Ron Button, this is also why I do the last Explorer one, because these give you the most mileage when you go to I didn't mean to do that. To sell them. Dustin Wilson, thank you for subscribing. I apologize if that is really loud. There is not much I can do about that. I gotta find different notifications because that gets loud. So I apologize if that hurt anybody's ears. Okay, folks.
I wish they'd do something with the daily exploration as well. At least up the amount of resources.
In my opinion, for the Explorer, is that what you're talking about? The Explorer thing?
Yeah.
They need to add like two or three more chapters to it and make it like exceedingly difficult for people, even with not like stupid difficult like what they did with the last big event where you couldn't get past like level 9 for most people. But,
yeah.
Like make it winnable, but have some sort of like, we have to think about it again,
Yeah, essentially like when they added cast, they added 5 new monsters. That's all they really need to do is add just a little bit more difficulty, but not go so dang far that it's like running into a level 10 event monster that you never have a chance at until you get some real decent gear.
Huh. It's a fun way to put it. One of the
That's
viewers,
just like
one of the viewers right now, Red Hulk or Murdoch, sent me a DM in Discord saying that he builds a Nervous Activator 3, spends 1,000 melange to get back 1,600. So he's coming up at 600 melange as he does that. So that's interesting. I guess one of my toxic traits is I don't think about certain things like that very often when it comes to the game. Because for me, most of the time it's irrelevant. Or I should say I feel like it's irrelevant. Even though I've never been one of those grinders kind of people where I'm going to grind to get something like that usually, unless I'm really like, oh, I really need to do this. I take the path of least resistance, so to speak.
Well, for the longest time when I was doing this game, I was acting as my father's caretaker and my mom, and then later on, after Dad passed, my mother's taker. So I had to do things with her of her need, and then way more time to go to app games. So I split it between AoW, Clash of Clans, Raid Shadows, and I could be on for hours at a time and just grind away to get stuff. And most people could, they only get about 30 minutes, half hour, an hour to do the game, and that's it.
Exactly. I mean, when I worked a graveyard in the past, I had a lot more time to spend on the game and do stuff like that. Nowadays, it's like what little time I have when I get done with work in the evenings, because it's all 9-10 hour days during the day. I choose to spend my time elsewhere. Unless there's something going on. Or I'm spending it with all of you. So. And that completes our GGM for today. We got it 30k in points. If we keep that up, we'll be about a little over 60 for tomorrow, which could get you a number of things in here. Let's see if I can pull up last week's for everybody. Where is it? There it is. So I guess there was over here. Put that right there. I guess the guy stone was off a little bit. That's not right. But how this reads, it's pretty much in order here, from my understanding. Absolute. I think this is in German. So you can kind of give your best educated guess which item it's referring to give you an idea of how much you got to spend to get one of those items. I know absolute. What is it? The absolute tear suppression has been a big one for most people to get. Building that 100% tear suppress. So, yeah, I'm a little lost right now on what to do other than let's go farming, right? Okay, so one thing I like about Casseton is that you do have additional arc skills. Denial, Rally Denial, Tile Raid. Tile Raid is my favorite because it plunders, and this is the way I like to farm. So we're going to activate that force field, we're going to activate the tile raiding, and let's go get it like the Vikings do. Because we're going to take out those that said they were going to help and then backstabbing us. If you have the ability to get force field, it's always a very, very good item to have. And pretty much a must at this point, or else you are definitely playing a gamble in getting gold rushed. I remember when people first started doing that, gold rushing. Oh, it was so annoying. And that's where you knew who actually spent money on the game versus those of us that didn't. Yep. Max. thing I need to do is put on the Diablo Hall for additional speed march. And then we're also going to activate marching speed. So anything new in your guys' servers, guilds, GGM going as expected? I mean, a Galactic campaign going as expected.
Just about the norm right now. Of course, I just looked at our cast and it's sort of flipped some. I expected CGN and BMW to be holding a couple of gates. Looks like PPP Love Japan is taking over the gates. I think that's from EXE's server. That's a surprise. I imagine I missed a lot of screaming and cussing out by CNG and Deal, wanting to know why the rest of the deals weren't there to stop them.
I will be right back, folks.
And it looks like
Ours has been pretty quiet. We just couldn't seem to get anything together.
Well, TMB has been doing most of the noise making. EXE's been just sitting back a little bit, waiting until they could get to the center. I know 3 or 4 days ago, BMW and CNG were both making threats to the server saying, everybody get to the gates, everybody, or else your farming days are over. I'm going, yeah, I've heard that one before.
Oh, I love it when the worthless threats come through.
We didn't get anything like that. I mean, we have CNJ on our server. They're the server boss. So I'm over in I'm on the same cast as ROI and Yoda, and traditionally what the last couple casts is because we're so casual, it's not funny, and we just end up getting our fort burned, so we just did a level 1 fort and said fuck it. And then next thing you know, it's like, yeah, we need your help. It's like, what?
What guild are you in?
That's XD.
Oh.
Big Dooms is one of my guys, so shout out to Big Dooms.
Yep. Yeah, he sent me a message earlier. Nice.
Yeah, they won't help. They always holler for help, and then they turn around and shoot everybody in their fort, and then expect us all to rebuild and come charge to their help. I mean,
no, it wasn't even that with CNJ. I actually know some of the big Chinese guys over there, and one of their guys sent out a request to help on Gate 3, and I got a hold of one of the big Chinese guys, Fang, and I'm like, dude, this is what we've done this cast because we've not been able to coordinate anything last cast, this cast, reached out as soon as we knew what was going on, and all you guys said was sit tight and farm, and now we're getting this. There needs to be better communication. He said, okay, next cast we'll work it out.
One day.
And the next cast it'll be exactly the same as it was before. But I love when these guys start screaming, do this, do that. And I say, and one of them I told him, you seem to forget that Wong Jang, who was at 1.5 billion, threatened to bury our entire guild under the server, and you think you're going to threaten me? We know farm formations like nobody's business. We can sit for days at a time without moving an inch. Be my guest, take your best swing. You ain't gonna find nobody there to swing at. We got an automatic deal. If somebody makes a threat like that, we just close up shop for a week and let the resource ships do their job. We can sit there for a week or 2 weeks and just chat and do nothing but just do the dailies of the day, and that's it. And then they get on there screaming, wondering where we disappeared to. I said, we didn't disappear, we're here. Where are you guys at? I mean, they still don't like the fact that if I disappear off the screen, they start scrambling all over the dang place. They're worried that I'm gonna tile hit everything that's not nailed down, because I'll go on a sortie of about 200 or 300 dang tiles for about 2 or 3 hours, so long as I got enough of them free warps to warp around the dang deal. And now that I got exile, I can make it even worse for them. Not to be saying anything bad about podcasts, they aren't very good about listening to us Americans and Europeans. So I can say I got force field and they'll never know.
You know, I have too much fun when they actually manage to hit my tiles. You send that obligatory love letter when they catch you, and way too often they absolutely lose their mind. And it's hilarious.
I still think that the Russians give you the best love mail.
Yeah, especially when the translator just can't translate all that hillbilly Russian, is what I call it. You get some of them guys that are way up in the Urals or out back somewhere, and they don't speak the proper Russian or even write the proper Russian. And when they really want to cuss you out, they pull that stuff out. The translator looks at it like, what? It won't
And
even.
they always talk about your mother or your sister.
Yeah. It's
And
like,
don't forget they'll also add in something about a dog every time.
oh, yeah,
There's always a dog involved.
yeah. Because I also do Lord of the Rings, and there's pretty good contingent of Russians there. And when the translator that EA's got for that game, about every 4th or 5th chat, it can't translate anything. It sees that Russian coming and it just says, no, don't even bother.
It's just like
Move along.
something about a dog.
Nothing
You
to
figure it
do.
out.
Well, some of it I've seen a few times. I've seen it a few times before, and yeah, I know what he's saying. I might not know in what particular order. Is it the dog, the mother, or the sister, or a niece, or somewhere in between? But I got the idea. One of
Something
those
about a
was
dog and a
involved.
relative.
It's like looking at puzzle pieces. Which one comes first, and which one did? Oh,
The chicken or the egg? Is that what we're talking about? Which one came first?
or how to put the egg back in the chicken?
Oof, I don't recommend that.
Yeah, most chickens would agree.
My goodness.
What are you sending at me?
Don't you just love playing tag?
Yeah, it just depends on what this guy, if I have enough time to switch, because I think this is the one I've gone back and forth with before. And then, like, it doesn't update fast enough.
Okay. I see why PPP is doing a lock and cast. They joined up with EXE for points in this one. It's not a bad idea. Fortunately, Abby doesn't look like they picked a very good partner to do theirs.
So, here we go, guys. Oh, Dustin Wilson is Big Doms. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Thank you for the subscription. Right now we're playing cat and mouse with this, whatever he is, Chinese guy. He's gonna wait till he's directly above me to give me as least amount of time as he can to double check to see what he's sending versus what I have garrisoned. But, you know, it's okay. We'll see if maybe we can catch him. Waiting for that report. Come on. He's gonna send right about now. Come on.
Howard, bring it on.
Come on. Did he forget? Oh, he was smart. He went to check to see what I switched to. And you know, I don't want him to be right next to me, so we're gonna move over here. I move faster than you. Oh, look at that. Let's see what he's sending. See, that's the beautiful thing too. If I'm moving that far, it doesn't matter if he's right over me. It's going to take a moment. Oh, look at that. They're both trying to get me now. Sorry, buddy. 1.7 billion. We're going to do this. Let's see. That was a big boy, so let's see what he was sending. Yeah, that wouldn't have ended well for me. We'll see how long it takes for them to find me again. This is the interesting part.
Right?
Somehow, some way, they start finding you really quickly, and it makes you wonder, do they put out a bolo, or they really just searching that hard, you know?
Right?
I hate to
Especially
say,
with how long it takes the map to update sometimes.
I hate to say they do have a bolo system. I've seen them jump on top of things way too fast. That between their little satellite guilds and everything,
I've had it
they
before
can pick up a
where it was the last Cassitan where I had somebody literally in a Chinese guild. I would jump just the way that you saw me jump, and then within like a minute they would be next to me again, and then I would do. This was. I would do that a few times, to where like I would sit there for a second before I started attacking tiles again, just to not really give away an easy point of where I am. And within like a minute, the guy is there. So it's very questionable sometimes on how they know. Now, I immediately, though, as soon as I hit these ones, they're going to know.
Yeah, because for the longest time, when I went on one of them long sorties, when I got finished, immediately I'd have at least 2 or 3 escorts just sitting there watching my every move every day. I mean, if the ship farted, they were going to say gazoon tight. They'd be watching it that damn hard. So I just sit there and build up as many of my free warp jumps as I could, and just use the random warps and get out as far as I could and come back. Let them
Well, see,
jump me around enough.
that's a tragedy right now, is that we don't have border access. So for me to get back to Zone 3, I have to hope that somebody is online and somebody does a member call. So I can't use the free warp. It'll send me all the way back to Zone 1.
We would wolf pack people tile flipping. You know, we have 2 or 3 people on at the same time, and we just watch for people.
Yeah, they
would,
they really
yeah,
they really had an idea of doing it.
I'd say what it comes down to is, oh, excuse me. Oh, I don't know why I'm yawning. What it comes down to, it's like I believe there's one other person right now doing what I'm doing, but he's in Zone 4. But a lot of the times too, like, not It's not very often that multiple of us are tile hunting, so to speak, at the same time. Ooh. Ooh, okay. We did it. Is the other part that I don't like about Chaos, though, is when it comes to, like, if you're competitive and want to get those individual points. Right now, well, I guess I'm not doing too bad. 30 million. Nowhere near this billions of points here. Because the gates caps that we can participate in have been at such trouble. Oh, we found a DZG after me now. It looks like. Oh, I'm just making everybody hate me right now. Doing something right, right?
Right?
Yeah. When they start getting a posse up, then you got yourself some fun.
Yeah, we're gonna shield for a moment here so I can call the buddy over to zone 3.
Cause I do those sorties, and usually the first one I did was doing our daytime, their nighttime. Then they started getting ticked off about it because they couldn't come get me. And I said, okay, you don't like it that way? 3 a.m. when I knew darn well all of them were awake, all of them were doing their setups and everything. I started bam, 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 bam. And it was like a hornet's nest. Cindy, everything around Cindy disappeared and started running around trying to find out where I was at.
Well, I mean, like, this guy right here is only so bold because he's in his fort circle right now. I'm sure they got a defense going on.
Yeah, I've warned some of my guys, if you see one of them inside our line, don't hit them. You're just asking for trouble if you do. I don't care if you don't actually see him. If they're farming in the middle of our group, leave him be. He's just looking for them points. And if he is, just go outside the circle and look for the nearest one of his that's outside. That's the one you want. That's going to be the sweet spot.
Well, that indication is what you're looking for is the difference between this little fist up in the air, like, you know, the Black Panthers. Gonna get me banned on YouTube here.
That is if they remember what Black Panthers are.
Well, I mean, that's what it reminds me of. I mean,
Yeah.
so if you see that little fist in the air, and it's a larger population of whales, the recommendation is to not hit that unshielded arc. It's not going to be fun. I promise.
Not unless you're looking for that kind of smoke, anyways.
Unless you're feeling cheeky and you have some resources to spend, I guess. I got resources to spend right now, but I'd rather use them where I have to versus, you know, life choices were made.
Right?
I don't know if he ever came up to zone 3, but, you know, it's fine.
Yeah, see, I had resources to spare, and then that last event hit, and I was able to get a boatload of wormhole crystals from it. So I've dumped all of that into talent research.
How cheeky is this? They're both sitting next to me. I'm scouting the tile. Come at me, boys. Ooh. See, they were just trying to be threatening. It's okay.
And even then, it's not like they could actually, like, stop you from hitting that tile in the first place.
They all want to do that. He wants this. They want to send the frickin' Reintards. You know, I'm gonna let you scout my arc right now. I'm gonna let you think that I just have Ira there right now. No, no. Let's see what we did. What did they send? Not bad. It's a good trade. I just lost. Let's see where we bounce to. Let's see. Oh, and I didn't. It's okay. We can rebuild. Cast 10 ain't over yet. Just in case, we're gonna add some extra storage. So I guess probably the biggest problem was I had that on. That didn't help me at all. But I wasn't able to change it in time. What I needed was that. That's fine. We can go back to what we were doing. We just have a nice little bonfire going. And look at that. So nice of them to bounce me right next to some CNJ tiles.
They really do care. Huh. Let me shield before I was done attacking. This guy came back. What an idiot.
Let's watch that defensive replay, because I think what really happened was just that I had the wrong article on. So this new AI, the purple one, has actually, like, because normally my sister wolf would just demolish this Reinhardt, but that new AI is the only thing that's changed the ball game. Yeah, so when a big boy comes to play, you gotta go find a new spot. Because I know for a fact that I'm not gonna be able to do anything with that guy. It's just gonna be a bad day for me. Now let's check our timer here. We got 27 minutes left of farming. Ooh, this would be a good one. That is interesting. You know, I know there's been a lot of speculation on that, Dustin, in terms of somebody having some form of hack that allows them to see the timer on the shields. Never been really confirmed though. And you would think, but then here comes a lie, and lies the whole conundrum of they're Chinese, and if they are cheating, would we ever really know if they're cheating? Although I have hit arcs that have been resource banned that had Chinese lettering, so that does happen. Wow, that was a nice one from a Russian guild.
Huh.
See, there we go. Cartha made it over. This is the fake ROI, by the way. Let's see if we can find any more DZG or CHN. Jump. Let's take a look here. So I'll be really quiet. What's going on in your guys' day today?
I'm just watching the action unfold.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for tomorrow's sub-zero weather and the Cowboys game.
We them boys.
We don't talk about such evil things as sub-zero temperatures.
When you're in Texas, you rarely get them, but what do you do?
Oh, it's gonna hit you like a brick house.
Yeah, and in my situation, I'm outdoors.
Ooh.
But we got a nice church that's opened its doors to folks, so we're taking advantage of it.
Hell yeah.
And plus, I can actually get to see a full football game, not watch a 30-minute replay of what was. Last year and
No.
the year before, you could get on almost any internet deal, and you could watch the full game. Here lately, they cut it to where you can't watch any game until after it's done with. I hate it.
Well, you're local. It makes sense. It's just like I can't watch. I wouldn't be able to watch. Shit. Why am I drawing blank right now? Rams or Chargers?
Yeah. I mean, it used to be, well, Cowboys did have a deal where they delay it by 30 seconds or an hour or a minute from what the actual game was, and they'd show it on
Not want the replay.
their site. Now they won't even do that.
Yeah, and I'm an outlier because I just don't watch football.
Feel bad his sister don't watch it either.
Well, it's sort of a religion. I
I'm
mean,
such a soccer fan.
for me, Thanksgiving and Christmas, when you got over to the place, everybody was watching the game. So my deal was growing up watching Staubach and Dorset as a kid, and I've never stopped.
Yeah,
I don't
see, the
want.
biggest fun I got during those times was when I lucked out and the Cleveland Browns were playing against the Pittsburgh Steelers, at which point I will always root for the Steelers because my whole family are Browns fans and it's fun. And I would also be the one to wear a Michigan jersey the days when the Buckeyes were playing Michigan. Like, I got a whole lot of fun out of stirring the pot.
Yeah,
I just work here.
yeah.
Go blue.
Yeah, yeah, because I found out my second cousin was living up in Vermont or something like that, and he was a Patriots fan. I was going,
That's gross.
you know, your grandparents are turning over in their grave. They are Cowboys fans, and you became a Patriots fan? My uncle would come up out of that grave and smack you silly for that.
Daddy, chill.
Like, growing up, I actually didn't follow pro football. That really wasn't big in my house. Yeah, Michigan football and Navy were the two things that we watched. Yeah.
Yeah, see, there was pro football, there was college football, and for the most part, my grandpa never missed a game for the local high school team.
Well, for me, it was mainly the Cowboys. I didn't work. We got so many colleges right around here that you got TCU over here, you got SMU here, you got UNT to the north, So you really couldn't start trying to root for one because the other one would pop up. So I just stuck with the Cowboys, and I didn't care about the rest of the league. It didn't make no.
Well, growing up, I
And you
didn't
couldn't,
I didn't
and
pay
you couldn't really
attention.
root for the Mavericks during the '80s and the early '90s because it just sucked. Only
I didn't
until
pay attention to football until I graduated high school. And even then, the reason why I root for the Cowboys is that just some family history with that. So,
well, well, when my mom was working at the first cafeteria, it's just it was in Louisville, Texas, and uh, Valley Ranch is just down the road. So the guys would come in there to eat. Charles Haley, Troy Aikman, and all that from the '90s. And the lineman would always end up, going for seconds, thirds, fourths. So mom got to know all the boys coming through there at that time. My favorite thing was one Christmas, Troy Aikman was in the what was it, Crystal and Smoke Shop, and him and Hellestray were in there picking out cigars. It's Christmas. I've saved up all my cash. He comes out. They've already chased all the entourage of girls that were following him away. He's fumbling around in his pocket to pull out a few dollar bills to pay for a couple of cigars. And the boss escorts him out, escorts him to the escalators, and says, "Everything's clear, Mr. Aikman." And he's just made that $50 million deal. Here comes old scruffy looking me, and I'm buying a couple of items for mom for Christmas. And I pull out a cabbage roll, and I'm going through it, and all I got is $100 bills. And I'm putting it on there, and the guy says, "Just a minute, ain't you got anything smaller?" And I said, "No, that's the smallest thing. I'm going Christmas shopping." I put the roll back in my pocket. The guy has to run to the deal to get cash, comes back, they wrap everything up, and as I'm going out that door, I can see through the reflections. They're slowly opening them out. Troy Aikman's making $50 million for a season. What the hell is this guy making that he's got a cabbage roll in his damn pocket? If Troy Aikman can only pull out a couple of dollar bills for a cigar.
some people just don't carry cash.
Yeah.
I mean, I know a couple of people personally that hate carrying cash. I'm sitting here like, I think I prefer cash.
I prefer it because one, Benjamins are federally protected. You don't see somebody taking out a pair of scissors and saying, "It's declined." You pull out the plastic, you're going to see a pair of scissors.
Where are we?
Yeah,
And
see, in here, I just find it easier to keep track of.
I mean, the
Because
only
then I've got
reason
a constant running total instead of having to, like, call my card and be like, okay, how much do I have?
I got a card is the caretaking job that I got to do with my father. The way they pay their people is they give them a card so it's direct pay. And it was the first card that I didn't have to pay nothing on it. I don't have to pay attention to it. They send me a weekly statement of my 82 cents that's on the card.
My 82 cents that's on the card.
That's all there ever is. Because The only time I actually spend is when I get over 20 some odd dollars. I might get a pack, and that's it. The rest of the time, it just sits there and does nothing.
That's about where mine sits at.
Because the rest of the time, if I got, I'd pull it and put it in cash and take care of my bills and whatnot. Because I've seen too many people go down the rabbit hole with credit cards.
Oh yeah, no, I'm opposed to credit cards, like, on the principle of the matter. For the people that have them and do good with them, and you know it's doing good things for them, by all means, you do you. I personally never want to have a credit card because I do not trust myself with one. Because I know how bad I can be when I've got pocket money. It just burns a hole in my pant leg.
Yeah, my dad was always on me whenever when I was doing day labor and got paid. He always wanted to know how much I had so we could go get something. And I'd never tell him the exact amount. That way I always ended up having something in my damn pocket by the end of the week or by the end of the month.
Let's see if I can attract that 1.7 billion CNJ guy again. So folks, in this little stint of an hour, we have collected over 73 million in points, and there's, oh no, invaders! Fuck, I'm gonna get hit. And it's freezing on me. I do not like this. I'll give myself some space here. Oh, it's this guy again. Send again. Do it. Oh, look, another CNJ guy coming towards me. We're making friends, folks. We're making friends. If it ain't the Chinese, it's the Russians. Shit, what's coming? Okay, let's see if I can do it. Can I get there? Can I get there in time? No, I didn't make it. I didn't make it. It's unfortunate. I would have annihilated that. I would have annihilated it. Oh, we did not want to go all the way over there. Oh, the lag is killing me right now.
Sure sign of people searching for you.
Right?
No.
Actually, you know what? I need to go.
Also why I stay out of server fights, because every time I get into one, if it's not my hands just going full retard on me,
What
it's
the
server
fuck?
lag
No
getting in the
way.
way.
Well, I just got robbed. I should not have been robbed like that. That was fucked up.
The fuck?
Right? That's wrong. That is so wrong. I have not. I had 12. I had 9 million Rangers. That's so wrong. I just lost all of my resources. Well, there you go. And they found me that fast. I wasn't even doing anything. And
Yeah,
they
no.
found me down here at the bottom. That's sketchy as fuck. I'm sorry. Like, how did this guy find me? Was it this one that hit me? Yeah, it was this guy. How did he find me so fast?
Yeah, no, that's a really good question.
And how did I need answers.
Did your
It was all the
the-
way out.
barrier that protects you from gold rushes fall already?
No.
Because I thought you had it up, and at that point, how'd he find you so fast, and how'd he hit you so fast?
Yeah, so I still had 8 minutes. This is the part I don't understand. I shouldn't have lost anything, because the last time, unless, the only thing I can think of at this point is that I'm out of Shadow Matter, which I thought I had like 80 grand in.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
you know,
what it
you
was.
didn't hardly lose any resources on the last few hits.
Yep, I ran out of Shadow Matter. That's what it was. My buffer is
Oof.
gone. God damn it. Well, kids, that was fun. We're gonna stop farming for a
Right.
little bit right now because I just lost a lot of resources I wasn't planning on losing.
Oof.
Fuck it, we ball.
Right.
Time to go to time and space and get that shadow matter.
Yeah, see. Let's see here. We're gonna do 3 million food and parts though, and 3 million gas. Man.
Yeah, that's fucking rough.
So. Sorry, boys, give me a second. I gotta compose a email of what the fuck.
It's all gravy. I gotta hop on out of here. I got friends trying to hit me up for gaming.
For sure, buddy. Well, thanks for joining.
Yep, y'all take it easy. I hope you can get that figured out. Whatever the hell just happened.
Yeah.
Well, it just starts giving you strong evidence that maybe they got something, some kind of map hack.
Within less than a minute,
'Cause-
he found me on the other end of the spectrum here. 60. Like, he found me in a circumference of, 40 that fast. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and in the time it takes for the deal to cycle on the map, they gotta be using something. It's almost like they were tapping into like where you tap on the map to see where all your players are. It's almost like they got a hack that can tap into it and see.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand how he found me.
But somehow they
in
got it
less than a
pinned
minute.
down to. But somehow they got it pinned down to one specific player, like a tag
Like I've bounced somebody before and never was able to find them again.
And even if you got a screen of 4 or 6 players simultaneously jumping and looking, under a minute is not going to happen. At best, if I'm chasing somebody, I can probably do 5 minutes worth of search, but it ain't going to be under a minute.
It's doable. There was one cast, myself and 2 other guys who just kind of zoned out an area looking for people that were attacking tiles and reporting internally to the guild. So it's possible.
Yeah. It's possible to do it within a certain time frame, but once you get down to a minute or less than a minute, then you're getting into bots and AI and hacks. Unless you just got the bad habit of popping right up on somebody every single time you jump. Because when I did my sorties in the 200 jumps or hits, they'd be all over the place trying to find me, and even with the random warps, the only way they actually ever got a hold of me is if I actually popped up right on top of somebody. And usually I'd pop right back out as fast as I could. I'd even stretch a march out an extra couple of tiles just to give myself a little bit of room for the jump.
Well, that was a fun hour, guys, of farming and playing cat and mouse with CNG and DZG. And at the end of the day, that CNG guy came out on top because I couldn't get the garrison fast enough. Would have rocked this world. I would have killed 6 billion Yeti. Would have done it. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, well, people are taking their time. Let me see if I can find that video I was talking about. We can discuss it here for what it's worth. I wanted there to be a few more people on so we could have a lot more discussion about it, but, you know, we can do this. Let me see, where did I put it? Oh, Grinch!
Yo, what are you doing?
Losing millions of resources.
Yeah, me too. Are you streaming right now? Or
I am. I just was playing cat and mouse with CNJ and DZG and ran out of shadow matter apparently, and lost 300 million food and parts.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, fun day.
Yeah, we're wrapping up our gate and scent fight. So what's going on? What are you guys talking about?
I'm looking for a replay that I recorded.
And pondering whether they're using hacks or bots or whatnot.
Yeah, the CNJ guy bounced me, right? And within a minute found me on a quarter of the way down the map and then hit me again.
Oh yeah, they're probably using bots. Black Tiger, where are you at, bro? Are you in
Where am
scent?
I at?
Yeah, are you in scent?
My
Or
deal's
not?
in
Ed,
Cass. And
you're in Cass?
PPP is holding our gate, as you know.
Yeah, I know. I want to come visit your guys. Where are you?
Shoot. Where exactly are we sitting?
I got bored and I was looking for you guys.
Well, usually I think we're just a little bit off of the cap in that first area. I try not to put the fort right on top of anything. It was fine them first two casts when I played, but now almost every time Dick and Harry in the world decides they want to hit an arc, I'm sitting there at 54,493. Just look for the burning fort.
All right, so I found it. If y'all wants this, I will share it so you can see it in real time. Maybe.
Well, let me check my shield. Okay.
So
Looks like
I'm telling you right now, if built correctly, Soul Reaver General is the thorn in Zestharok's side. It is a killer. Mind you, this is Sim, but even in the capital or the like border battles, the trade-off was really good.
Yeah, we've got quite a few counters for him already.
But yeah, this one does really well. And a lot of it comes down to just annihilating that back row. And even then, the trade-off here wasn't, he lost like 3,000 to his 6,000 Void Stalker. And then something like that. It was like 4 to 8 in terms of count loss. But look at this. And the nice thing too about Soul Reaver is if you get that back row chewed back and you have his weapon, you're gonna just attack his ship directly.
Yeah, he's really strong, but he's not like unbeatable like we first thought.
Oh yeah. So I've said it before, Soul Reaver is one of those low-key pocket comms that will come in handy one of these days. And there you have it. He has now come in handy one of these days. I mean, what other ways have you seen Grinch so far to combat this guy?
See, I don't know how much I want to like say, because like I'm actually an EXE now. So I mean, you can sweep him. That is a possibility. Because I mean, the ones that we fought, they tend to. Well, there's the one guy that had so much RWE built into his gear that he didn't awaken RWE, and that's a one-time mistake. But yeah, no, there's definitely commanders. If you slot them correctly, you can. It's not so much about like winning straight up, even though you do want to win, but there's ways where you can definitely take more points, and that's mainly like where we're fighting right now is Cass, because they've got T&B's got a really big I can't even say his name. Zeroxis that likes to full march, so we've been having some fun trying to take points away from him. At the point now, there's like 3 of us, not including me, because I'm too small, but there's like 3 of us when they send, the dude just pulls, because he's gonna get crushed.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on like the gear, because the dude that I'm talking about, he runs 3-piece, which I mean I think 3-piece can work for him, but
So I know,
I don't know
in
if
this
3-piece is
setup,
best.
Gengaji is running a 3-piece. So this is going up against, and then part of it too is Broken Fortress being one of those needed gears for Soul Reaver to be successful. But he has it set up tanky, so leave that to people's imaginations.
Yeah, I mean people have tested him like full attack, hybrid, and full tanky. I think no matter how you set him up, it's the same as every other walker. You gotta set him up, and then that's what he's gonna counter. If you try to do everything, you're just gonna lose.
Well, I mean, I was showing earlier. This was, let's see if I even have them anymore, that I've been doing a lot of scouting and attacking today. Capital. Where art thou? Sometimes I wonder if it's even scrolling. And it's possible I passed it.
Oh man, I got a huge hit today.
How much did you lose?
Nothing. Or sorry, I lost a Yeti. Here, I'll post it in the live chat. This is what happens when you don't take me seriously.
What were you using?
My Ira.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got. It's in the live chat.
Let's take a look at this, folks. So he killed 300 ICs, 574 ethereals, and only lost a Yeti. Good job. Good little trade-off there. I'd say that was definitely a good trade. See, last night I was in our border, and I don't have the reports anymore because of all of the tile hitting that I've been doing today. So where I lost, like 500 to 750 around 3 or 4 times going against Zeth.
Mm-hmm.
And I would only get maybe, I think it was between 122 and 145-ish of the Time Walker and Void Skater each. So it really wasn't a good trade. But that was me in my desperation trying to get points for Casseton, knowing that I'd have a healing bill. And I went from 103 to 97 in rank, and now I'm back down to like 103. So, you know, all for naught.
What are your points at?
4,800. 482,000.
Oh,
See, my problem is it's like,
have you not been that active?
that's my problem. Even if I am
Yeah.
available for the border, it's like by the time I match up in the fight, someone's pulling and I'm losing. You know, it's like I can never set up correctly for it. We just
Oh, I get so many Reinhardts. Like, it's because like TNB uses so many weenies that like for an hour-long fight, I'll get like maybe 8 fights if I'm lucky, and 6 of them will be Reinhardts. Which I have a small Ira. There's nothing I can do.
let's see what can. Nope, not doing that. Oh no, I don't want. Oops. There we go. Level it out a little bit there. Oops, not quite level. We need another 6K. 6 million. Yeah, that really kills me though. 300 million food and parts gone.
That's a lot.
I've never run out of SM like
I've-
that. My fault for
I've-
not checking.
I am down to like almost 600 mil food and parts for the next 9 days. Probably gone through. I've probably gone through at least 1 billion fighting.
Well, I've basically gone through 1 billion at this point. Plus what was lost.
Well, yeah, but fucking, I could have used all that for upgrades.
Same. That's what I was holding on to it for.
Yeah, I like fighting though. It's fun.
See, that's trash though. I mean, it should have been. It should have been protected resources. Whatever.
So have you checked out the new Discord they made?
They made a new Discord.
Yeah, they made a official Arc of War Discord.
Wow.
You
So
didn't
they
see
came
that?
so they came to mind to get an idea of how to set it up.
Go. It's in game. If you go to the news section up at the very top, it says, "Dear Captain, welcome to Arc of War."
So that's what that was about.
Yeah, they made a official Discord.
Don't see. Oh, Discord community. So we want to the Discord community. You're finding like-minded.
Are you an Arc of War player? Yes. Next.
I didn't join it. I just figured I'd see if you did.
Okay. Well,
I haven't joined it, but we're going to join it right now, I think. Let's see what it looks like.
I've seen some screenshots of it.
Game help, announcements, update, news, commander, way to customize, new captain, game chat, general chat, guild recruit, suggestions, meme share. Let's say, am I in the right one? Well, I see Roselle found it. And Babu. Most of the gang's here.
Rule number 7: no self-promotion or advertisement.
Right?
Well, that leaves 7P out.
Oh, they already posted in one of the channels all of their terrible commander, like the commander spotlight cards or whatever you call it, where they basically tell you to use an alkade for every commander. Yeah, they already posted all those.
Yeah, that's trash.
It's like every commander's an alkade.
Let's take a look at this, folks. So they posted all what Grinch was saying. They posted all of their little. Oh yeah, just use alkade for everything.
Yeah, they.
Just use an alkade. You know what's funny is even Seven Pirates obviously knows that Sun Raven and Broken Fortress exists, but everything is always alkade. They never suggest 3-piece. They always say alkade, and I don't understand.
Well, alkade is supposedly supposed to be the easiest thing for an FTP to pick up.
It's not, dude. I've got like
No,
35
it
medals.
is not by a long shot, but somewhere in their back of their little mind, that's how they think.
Yeah, I saw there was a section for like giveaways and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm not joining your server. I already know what you're gonna try to do.
Wow,
You're
they
gonna try
even
to pull people in.
they even made a meme share.
Yeah, right.
Jesus Christ.
They're
You
gonna
know,
try to pull
I
people
feel
in with giveaways and shit.
I feel so used right now.
Yeah.
Welcome to Way to Customer Service.
I'm gonna
Robin.
start posting videos and see if they ban me.
Oh, speaking of banning, I got a mail like an hour ago. One of those you've been flagged for using alts. Got one of
Really?
those. Yeah.
You of all people.
I think somebody got mad and reported me.
Like, bitch, you know who I am?
Right? Thought it was funny.
Hey, Arson, what's going on, bud? Yeah, no, I'm still really kind of just butthurt that I lost that much resources like that. It's very upsetting. This whole Cassiton has been very upsetting.
Oh, dude, I'm having a great time.
It's gross.
I mean, the Reinhardts are annoying, but
Well, I appreciate Snake Eyes sending me some SM there. I've never had my shield, my SM for like the last 2 years drop below 50k. I can't believe that like I somehow got demolished in the last hour when I only got hit a few times. You know what grinds my gears? Oh man. Well, folks, I think I'm gonna call it this time around. I know we normally go longer than this. I'm running out of things to talk about. Usually I have Reggie jumping in at this point to where he can kind of steer it around for a little bit and we can bounce off of that. But yeah, I'm boring. Thank you.
You're gonna call it?
Today I'm boring. We're gonna call it today. Maybe next week I have more for you. Um, I do hope that everyone continues to come into Planet Dagobah because, Arc of War has been essentially, I guess it should be a form of endearment that they're copying me, so to speak. But it's kind of irritating that, they go and finally make their own YouTube channel after Melt and I were being fairly successful in it. And then now, they get invited to my server in Discord and then they go and make their own and format it very similarly. So I don't know how to take that right now. But make sure you check out Grinch Gaming. He's been doing a lot for the community as well. Check out his channel. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
And then always
If
a pleasure.
anything, just go over to their Discord and stuff the bug box.
So I do appreciate Jarvis and Black Tiger. Always a pleasure to have you guys with us. It's just, I think I'm gonna stick to every other weekend instead of every weekend. I think that's what we're gonna do. There's just not enough content being There's not enough being created right now on Arc of War for there to be a weekly live like this. I don't think. It's been kind of slow. I know I've been doing changes, but not enough to continuously just beat a dead horse about,
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like with my lives, like on Sunday, it's like it's only so much you can talk about.
Right. Well, pleasure having everybody. Y'all have a good night, okay?
All right.
Yep.
Make sure you subscribe to Yoda.
Thanks, guys.
Later.
Yep.